Hi guys, welcome to another video. Which is the best, Louis Vuitton or Goyard? How are we going to decide which is the best? Which is the best canvas? Which is the best quality, the best durability, versatility, price, aesthetic, and just brand in general? Which is the best? Availability, all of the rest of it. Let's get cracking. If you had have asked me this question even a few months ago, I would hands down say Louis Vuitton is the best. Louis Vuitton is my favourite brand of all brands, I think. I do have other favourites, but I think if I had to choose, it would come out on top, and it still would in general. But in more recent months, I have bought a couple of pieces from Goyard, and I have been absolutely blown away by Goyard. I did a video not long ago where I was comparing the Neverfull to the Goyard Artois bag, and I also was talking about the St. Louis at the same time, and yeah, they were evenly matched. But since then I've bought another piece from Goyard, and I just wanted to show you it and show you what I think of Goyard in general, and then we can compare and contrast. So let me first introduce you to the two pieces of Goyard that I actually own. This is the first one. So this was my first ever purchase from Goyard, and this is the Artois bag, and it's in the size, I believe, and it is in burgundy. And of course I love burgundy, I've always loved burgundy. This bag has been an absolute, and I hate it when people say a game changer, but it sort of has. It has been a bit of a game changer for me. It has really surprised me how much I like this bag. So the Artois has the reinforced corners of leather. It's obviously in the beautiful canvas, and it's got leather trim. And the main thing that I love about the Artois, it's got a zipper. So it is a little bit more structured because of the way it's constructed with the corner pieces and the zipper up here, but it still feels relatively malleable, shall we say. Now I've got a organizer in there from Handbag Angels, but I am just going to take that out so we can see what we're actually looking at. So that is the inside of it, and that does make it a little bit more malleable without the organizer in. But obviously it's a really beautiful canvas cream interior, so yes, I just have put the organizer in there just to keep it beautiful. Anyway, that is the Artois. My other piece of Goyard I bought when I was in New York, and it is this piece. Now this is, I think it's classed as was it the Senat? I think it's the Senat pouch. This is the smallest pouch that Goyard do. This is the smallest one. So it does come with a keychain, which you can put inside if you so desire. The inside is their standard mustard yellowy interior, which is in canvas, and I went for green. I had a choice. I think it was green, black, or I think it might have been white or yellow. I can't remember exactly, but as soon as I saw the green, I thought I want that one. I love this colour green. I think it's beautiful, and especially for a small SLG type thing, I think that's where I can play with a little bit of colour. I don't know if I'd want a full massive bag in this colour, although I probably would like it. For me, this is easy to see inside your bag as well. It's easy to find. So I'd love this as well. So what I wanted to show you was how this differs from Louis Vuitton, because we've talked about how the Artois compares to the Neverfull, but I am going to talk a bit more about canvas, so we'll come back to those as well in this video. But I just wanted to show you this. I have raved about this. This is the key clay from Louis Vuitton. Now this is not in canvas, this is in leather. This is in the bicolour empreinte leather, and I bought this in Paris maybe 2.5 years ago, something like that, and I absolutely love this. Since I bought this, I've used this pretty much every single day, either for my keys or as a little catch-all or whatever else. This has been a little lifesaver. It's been brilliant. So why did I need another one? Well, I didn't need another one, we don't need any of these things, do we? I could have bought a very inexpensive little pouch or whatever. But my reasoning was I wanted a little bit of Goyard, a little bit of luxury, and I thought that this size would be amazing because I knew it was slightly bigger than the key clay, but it's not quite as big as the mini pochette. So you can see there, if I put all three together, you can see the differences in them. And therefore I have got every single type of size pouch that I need inside a handbag. So this is how I use them, just so that you know. So this is my daily catch-all that's got headache tablets, cold sore cream, I don't know, a lipstick, a little bit of makeup, some Compeed. All those catch-all type things can go in this. However, if I'm using a mini bag and this either doesn't fit in or this takes up too much space, I then have the opportunity to use one of these. Now, it may be that I can use one of them for everything, but in case I don't, I can use both of these. I can use this for my keys and I can use this as a little catch-all. But what I have found with this is, because it is that little bit bigger, but it's very, very slim. So it does fit in a lot of bags and it is super light. It's not bulky. And what I have found is that because this is a little bit bigger, I can fit just that little bit more in this, or just the same things, but a little bit easier. And it's just one pouch for everything. So this could be in effect my purse, my keys, my catch-all, all in one. So I'm going to just show you because I just thought this was interesting. Let me just find Sweaty Betty. I've got a Sweaty Betty card. This is my credit card for the day because I thought it's probably not a good idea to show my actual credit card on the internet. But let me just show you. If I want to, I've got my key. So I've got my key in this one already. And then if I put my car key in, and then I want to put a credit card in, it all does go. But you can see with this, that with other things in, you do have to just position this correctly, and then you can zip it up. There we go. So I can get a couple of credit cards in, but I have to position this along in effect the back wall, and if there's anything underneath it at all, it's not going to fit. So if I had a few bits, that is literally my keys and a credit card. If I wanted to put a lipstick in there, I'm going to really struggle. I might hang fire. Okay, I'm back. I've now got a lipstick. So if I put that in the top of here, it will go, but I'm struggling. You can see I'm gonna break the zip. So that is a little bit, if I position it a little bit, I can just about, yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. And to get anything out, I'm gonna have to take that out in order to get to the other things. So it's a perfect little key case, but as an everything case, it is a little bit too small. If we use the Goyard, let's put our key. So I've got a key to put in there. I've got my car key, and then my credit card of the day, and that, you see, that just goes in so easily. And then lipstick, and this just zips up literally, and I don't know if you can see there's a lot of space. I don't know if that's showing. I've got a lot more space, so I could fit a couple of other little things in here, and I can open it. I can get my card out. Everything's just easy. I don't have to take everything out to get everything out. And yeah, I could fit a couple of tablets in here or a couple of other bits. So that extra little bit of space, I just love it. I just think it is the perfect size pouch. I just honestly do. Sometimes you don't want something as big as this one, but this one is just, again, if this was just slightly taller, to get more credit cards in, it might just be a bit easier. I know it's not made for that, but sometimes we just want convenience, don't we? So I've got everything I need in here, and that can go in one of my mini bags. Done. Or I can just take this with me. So yeah, anyway, that is just the size difference of these. So I think on these, much as I love the key clay, I think the Goyard might win. I think the Goyard might win. Now, price-wise, I think this was $400, I think. I think these will be relatively equivalent. This might be a little bit more because it's leather. I think I will put the prices on the screen because I will look them up properly. It's very hard to get prices of Goyard, but I will tell you what I paid in the USA. But obviously I had to pay sales tax, and I did pay over the odds for this, but I wanted it, and these are always sold out, so they're very hard to get hold of, so I was happy to buy this. But I will put the comparisons just so you can see, but it may be like for canvas. Maybe this is a little bit more than the Louis Vuitton, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So now let's have a look at the canvas of each one. So we all know the canvas of Louis Vuitton. This is the monogram. This is the Neverfull in the GM, and it is very old. Anyway, we all know this canvas. You probably know the feel of it. It's very slouchy, it's very malleable, but it feels relatively thick. It's got the canvas material, like a fabric material on the inside, which does strengthen it a little bit, so it doesn't feel really flimsy. It feels well made, it feels durable, and it is durable. I've had this for many years. I'm just looking at the corners. There's literally nothing on this. This canvas is perfect. Yes, the leather gets worn. That's the bit that does get the wear. The canvas itself, and this has been in the rain, the snow, everything. And the canvas for Louis Vuitton, I think, is amazing. I've got bags from 20 or 30 years ago, and the canvas is still amazing. So 10 out of 10 for Louis Vuitton for canvas. I state. This is another canvas, obviously the Damier Ebene. Again, it feels the same. I've had this many years now. The hardware has tarnished. I don't know if you can see on here, it's tarnished really badly. But the canvas itself is literally like new. It's literally, and this has seen, honestly, this has been through the walls. This has been shoved everywhere. It really has. So I cannot say anything other than good things about Louis Vuitton canvas. Okay, Goyard canvas. So they have this special canvas, and I forgot what it's called, but is it Goyardine canvas? Anyway, I will put it on the screen, and it is supposedly like a patented secret formula, and I think it's just, I don't know, I think it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Now, the feel of this is very different to the St. Louis, because when I went to New York, I got my hands on a St. Louis again. And literally you could, I can't even do it with this, but you could literally fold it up into nothing. It's unbelievably light, flimsy. It feels like, how do I describe it? It does feel quite plasticky, I'm not going to lie. It does feel very flimsy, but it's very beautiful. So if you're, you know, like a Longchamp bag that's nylon, and you can just fold it up and screw it up and everything, it's like that. So it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It means it's very lightweight. It means it is very durable, and it means that for travel you could put it in, fold it up and put it in your suitcase if you weren't using it. So it is a really interesting fabric. Now, I haven't had this that long. I think I've had this, when did I get this? Was it earlier this year anyway? I can't remember exactly. And yeah, it's got its first little scratch, which is on the corner somewhere. Where have we gone? It's had its first little scratch here. It's got a scuff. I don't know if that is coming up or not. I will see in editing. But that was when I got sort of pushed against a wall and it scraped down the wall. That is on the leather. The canvas, and again, this has been through it, even in the last few months. This has been on planes, it's been all over the place, and it is still, the canvas is absolutely, I'm just looking, the canvas is absolutely beautiful. Now, the Artois does feel different to the St. Louis. I'm not kidding you. It feels so much sturdier. It feels like it's made out of a thicker canvas. I don't think it is. I think it's just the way the bag is designed. It's got more structure to it because of the corners. It's got a proper base to it. It's got a lot more piping around it. It's obviously got more canvas here because of the zipper. It may be that the interior of it is, I'm not sure. It's funny because when I didn't have this with me when I was trying on the St. Louis, and the St. Louis just felt like a different canvas. It felt very, very flimsy. So I would say it's just the construction of the bag, but it doesn't put me off. I would have a St. Louis. In fact, I probably will buy a St. Louis at some point, just because I really, really like them. And I think a black St. Louis in the biggest size, the GM, that slouchy, shove it over your shoulder, I just think it's fabulous. So I love Goyard. I love the aesthetic of it. We'll come on to aesthetics actually, but durability wise and quality wise, I honestly can't tell them apart. I think Goyard are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So let's quickly have a look at price wise. There's not masses of difference between some of the, like the St. Louis bags and the Neverfulls. I think the St. Louis is still a little bit more, maybe a couple of £100 more, but they're in the same sort of bracket. They sort of are. So let's talk about aesthetics. Well, I suppose it's down to, try not to knock the camera over, I suppose it's down to what do you prefer? Let's try, these are both such massive bags. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the very recognisable Louis Vuitton monogram? Do you prefer the Damier Ebene, which is here somewhere? Do you prefer the Damier Azur? Or maybe the Graphite or the Eclipse? Do you just prefer this type of look? Or do you prefer something that's maybe a little bit less recognisable, that's a little bit more subtle as a monogram? It's got a Goyard here. The rest of it is more if you know, you know. Some people believe that this looks like a old lady shopping bag. And some people think that this looks like it's fake. So it may be that neither of you, or it may be that both of you, or one or the other. I think the aesthetics, for me, I love both. I think this looks a little bit smarter, and I think that the Louis Vuitton looks a little bit more casual. I think that's as much as I can say. I love them both. So aesthetically, it's down to what you love and what you want to carry. Availability. Okay, so the difference in availability, Goyard are very inaccessible, but when I have been into a Goyard store, I've been into London, I've been into Paris, I've been into New York. I tried to go to Milan, there was a queue as long as your arm, wasn't going in there, so didn't get into that one. What would I say about Goyard? They make it very inaccessible. You have to queue up, you can't make an appointment, you can't buy online. There's an odd concession in some of the bigger department stores. Other than that, you are queuing on the street, and it can be an absolute pain. Paris is terrible. You literally can queue for an hour and then be told, don't bother, you need to go because you won't get in, which is what happened the last time we went to Paris. When we went to New York, we walked straight in. So whether we just hit it on a good day, I'm not sure. Whether New York isn't quite as busy. Obviously New York is busy, but for Goyard, maybe it's just not quite the prestigious brand that it is in Paris, because obviously it's based in Paris. So maybe that's why. London, I've been in the London store twice or 3 times now, and the first time had to queue for no time, second time walked in, I think the third time maybe one person in front, something like that. So London was definitely more doable. The longest we had to wait was what, about 10 minutes or something, not long at all. So that was fine. The service has been lovely in all of them. It's very well to do. It's very well to do. And they know they've got a queue of people in and out and everything else. So they know they can sell their things. They were helpful enough. Paris were very rude, but I have had rude customer service in Paris in many stores, so I don't think it's just Goyard. So availability wise, unless you can get to a store, or you have maybe a sales associate in one of the bigger stores, maybe in Harrods, and I don't know if Harrods will do this or not, but I know that Bergdorf's had a personal shopper that would help facilitate things for you. So there's definitely ways to get these things via personal shoppers. Other than that, you are queuing. You can't buy anything online. You can't make appointments. You can't WhatsApp people and get things sent out as easily through the stores, I don't think. As I say, department stores may be different. They make it very inaccessible, and I think they do that on purpose. You have no idea what the prices are. Their website is actually a really nice website, and it shows all the items, but there's no prices. And I do think they do that on purpose so that you have to go into store. Now, some people like that exclusivity, other people think it's ridiculous. So you make your choice. Louis Vuitton is a lot more accessible. There's lots of Louis Vuitton stores. Even up north, there's a couple of Louis Vuitton stores. They're not big, but they have the basic type of entry level things in there and some of the other pieces, and they can get you anything. If you go to London, there's a million stores in London. There's online, you can order most things online. The sales associates are very happy to WhatsApp and send you things. It's a lot more accessible. So yeah, what comes with that is that, yeah, you see a lot more Louis Vuitton around than you do Goyard though. So again, you make your choice. I love both. What is my conclusion on it? Well, I am always going to say that I'm a Louis Vuitton lover. I am a Louis Vuitton lover. But if it comes to canvas pieces only, I think I'd go for Goyard. I honestly do. I think if I was going to get a little canvas bag, or yeah, another tote bag, it'd be a St. Louis. It would. So yeah, yeah, maybe Goyard. That might surprise you, might it? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you love both? Do you have a love of one and a hatred of the other, or are you indifferent? Let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on another one.